Hi, everybody. This is Bill Nissen, and on this journey, we're going to ask a lot of questions because questions lead to answers that give us meaning and purpose so we can get out of bed in the morning. And I'm going to continue on with a thought, and that's the whole aspect of how relational, how intimate God truly wants to be. But this is really a cool story. I was doing Bible studies in a bar. And we were at this bar, and the waitress, she was a great gal. I love her to death. Still connect with her and her husband to this day. But she wasn't, a believer. She wasn't into Christianity at all. But we got along great. And so one day she just said, I'm not sure about all this, but if you want to toss up a prayer, to heaven for my dad. He's dying of stomach cancer. And I just looked at her and said, I'm so sorry. Where's he at? She goes, oh, he lives over here. And I said, okay, well, I'll tell you what I want to do is, if it's okay with you, I would like to go visit him this afternoon and pray for him there. She says, you do that? I go, absolutely, I do that. So I went to go visit him that afternoon. And he was hilarious. And I'm not going to say their names here because that's not the point. But he was hilarious because he was saying, "Yeah, I've been reading this thing, the Bible, and figured I better read up on it so I can know who this guy is I'm going to meet." I said, "Well, how you liking the Bible?" He goes, "Nah, I'm not liking it too much." I just loved how honest he was, just kind of rough around the edges, honest guy. And I said, why not? He goes, well, it says in this thing that God hates divorce, and I'm divorced, so that must mean he hates me. And so I'm not going to talk about that passage, but another one we walked into because I thought it was pretty funny. But I addressed the whole point of that God hates divorce thing, saying the reason God hates divorce is because he loves oneness. But we see things as rules and obstacles, things that we're being measured by. I can tell you right now is God came to earth so that we wouldn't be measured by anything but his son. And we'll talk about that later on. But that whole view of, God's looking down with his bony finger and waiting for us to mess up is robbing us of the very promises that God came to earth to give us. And it's a love affair thing. So here's a perfect example of it. I said, isn't there another passage that bugs you? And he named a few. And I said, how about this one? And so I read this one. It's in Matthew 7. And verse 13 says, even enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is broad that leads to destruction. And there are many who enter through it. What do you think of that verse? And he goes, oh, that sounds just like some mean old geezer setting up a maze and us trying to figure out how to get out of it. And he's going to beat us up if we don't figure it out. And I go, I thought that's how you'd take it. Because if you're looking at him as an angry old God, then you would see that in that light. He goes, narrow is the gate. I said, so let's talk about your wife, his second wife. And I said, tell me about the night you met her. He goes, oh, we were at this dance hall, and she was wearing this dress, and she was fine. She was beautiful. She was gorgeous. I said, yeah, I'll describe what she was wearing. He was able to tell me to the T, everything she was wearing, all the way down to her shoes and what she had in her hair and the whole thing. I said, that's awesome. Now, what was everybody else wearing in the room? And he looked at me funny. He goes, heck if I know. I said, oh, so your eyes got narrow. And he's thinking, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Narrow is the gate. I go, all God's saying here is there's so many lies and people saying, I'm the Christ, I'm the Messiah, I'm God, I'm the leader, I'm the guy you should follow. And he's just saying there's all kinds of things out in this world that we could be distracted by, but I want to have a love affair with those who have my gaze. I want to have an intimate interaction, a relationship with people that want to find me. Broad is the way of destruction. There's all kinds of things you can do that are distractions that are going to shut you down and do damage. But I'm right here. You don't have to look anywhere else. I'm right here. for us to do relationship. And his eyes just lit up. And I'm going to close with this because it was really cool. So I prayed with him to receive Christ that day. And then I saw his daughter, I don't know, 2-3 days later at the bar. She goes, "What'd you do to my dad?" I go, "I didn't do anything to your dad. He's nice. What'd you do to him?" I go, he received Jesus. He goes, "I don't even understand what you mean by that, but can I go with you the next time you go visit him?" I said, "Sure, let's do it this afternoon." So he and I prayed with her that afternoon. And then he died about 2 weeks later. It was a Thursday morning. And I remember to this day, she called me about 5 in the morning and she was excited. I said, "What's going on?" She goes, "Dad just passed away." I went, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She goes, No. You just need to come over here right now and tell my whole family about Jesus. That was one of the best days of my life. Because we were able to reveal that the Bible was a love letter to somebody who was searching for that love. So think about it. We'll see you next time.